We are back on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio, News Talk 1180, 1230 KGEO, 1410 KERI, and now in New Mexico at 1000 KKIM. Clay, I had a listener of ours the other day who was listening to the show in Canada, listening to it on Saturday afternoon in New Mexico. I thought that was interesting.
Well, I'm glad they're listening to something.
Yeah, definitely.
Good thing it's us.
Yeah. So what do you think of Living Witnesses?
Oh, I was really touched by that.
Yeah, I was too.
I was really touched, and I think we're going to get touched again here.
Yes, we are, definitely. Our in-studio guest, kind of stay in this theme a little bit here, is the Regional Director for Make-A-Wish Make-A-Wish Foundation, Catherine Anspach. Catherine, welcome to Taking Care of Business.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Make-A-Wish. Tell us about Make-A-Wish. What exactly is Make-A-Wish? Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about it.
There is. I mean, Make-A-Wish is really a recognizable brand, but Make-A-Wish has one very simple mission, which is to grant wishes to children who have life-threatening illnesses. And it started in 1980 with a little boy out of Phoenix, Arizona that wanted to be a policeman for a day, Chris Gracious, and the community got together and said, let's do all this great stuff, put him in a policeman uniform, and he got to go in a car and do all of that. And from that, it was born. And we now have 65 chapters nationwide, which is really amazing, considering it's really not that old of an organization. The chapter that I belong to is Central California chapter, which encompasses 8 counties, which is a lot, from Merced to Kern.
Now, talk about misconceptions here. You said serious illnesses, not terminal. So I guess that's a misconception I had. I thought it had to be terminal.
You know, I think that's the number one misconception I get all the time, which is terminally ill children. And so many of the children that I visit and become involved with are doing so well. And our mission is to give these families and the children strength, hope, and joy. So when they know they have a wish to look forward to, it's going to give them that hope of looking forward and enduring what they're going through. So isn't it wonderful that if they have a life-threatening illness, that they can hope to get through that treatment, through that chemo, through that hospital visit, through that surgery. It's a powerful thing. So no, we do have terminally ill children, but you do not have to be terminally ill.
You know, this past year you had 107 wishes you granted, I understand. Where do you get the money for this?
Well, we never turn away a qualified wish, first of all, let me say. So if they have qualified as a life-threatening illness, and there are some where we use a medical advisor that we have, and we qualify them. Once we do that, we don't ever turn away a wish. So we keep granting the wishes, and we keep fundraising year-round. That's what we do. So
you've had some really interesting wishes. I mean, from going into like Disney World, going in to see entertainers, and even I understand you had one boy that wanted to go and visit his father in jail.
We did have that, actually. We did a wish recently for a little boy named Johnny. It was very heartfelt, and we did it along with the hospice group. And he got to spend about an hour and a half with his dad before he did pass away. That was a tough one. But we do have some wonderful ones, like of course, Disney World. Disney wishes are by far the most popular. And I think a lot of families are really surprised when I deliver the travel packets, and they get the travel packets and they think we're just going to hand them some tickets and here you go. And they don't realize the scope of what we do. I mean, the special treatment that they get, the VIP passes, the extra things that we throw in. A Disney World wish easily for a family of, let's say, 5 is going to roughly be about $7,000, $6,000 to $7,000.
So that's transportation and entrance and special events.
All their food
for the
special
whole family.
Events for the whole family that's living in the home. It's a mother and father or 2 adults, and any child living in the home that's under 18 years old. Yes.
Wow. So if they had 6 kids, they all get to go.
They all get to go. We had a family that went to Atlantis. They were six people. They went to Atlantis in the Bahamas. So. Yeah.
This is an awesome program, and I know you have a gentleman here in town, Bergie Burgemeister, who is involved, and he does a tremendous job for your group. You
know, Bergie is such a fine example of a giving volunteer, and if I could clone him, I would. I need more volunteers like Bergie who step up. when we need something. It might be that we did a car makeover and Bergie helped me in getting it from one place to the other, window tinting, tires, whatever we needed. Bergie's out there barbecuing at our fundraisers. Bergie opens doors and introduces me to clients that might want to sponsor a wish. So any volunteer that can help us to reach our mission, that's so important.
So if somebody wanted to volunteer, how would they do that?
It's so easy. Call 634-WISH. 634-WISH, and speak with me, and I'll find out more about what they'd like to do. There's different areas. There's fundraisers or wish granting.
How about going on the trip with the kids?
I know. I'd like to go on the trips, too. I had a boy that got to meet Matt Damon, and he got to go on a movie set up in Victoria, Canada, him and his mom,
Wow.
and spend a week up there. I wanted to go on that one.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation with Catherine Anspach, Regional Director for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I thought I'd like to go see 50 Cent.
Yeah, I had a girl that met 50 Cent. You know, whatever's going to bring them joy, she liked 50 Cent. She went to Las Vegas, actually. She got picked up in a limo and went to Las Vegas and got to stay at the Hard Rock and meet 50 Cent.
Now, I hate to sound ignorant, but who's 50 Cent?
I have no idea. It just sounded interesting. He's got to be a rapper of some type or
He's
other.
a big guy,
I was
yeah.
going to say, if you know him and
Yeah.
I don't, we're in trouble here.
I know. Google him.
Google him. There you go. So you said there's 4 different types of
Wishes.
wishes?
Yeah, so I wish to go, which is like Disneyland, Disney World. I wish to have a shopping spree, which is very popular, or a room makeover or a car makeover. I wish to be someone like a model for a day or a policeman for a day.
Oh.
And I wish to meet somebody, which is a celebrity wish. So 4 different types of wishes. And we
Wow.
go into the home and meet with the family and the child and really find out what the child's about, what's going to bring them the most joy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's sometimes it takes a little while, especially when you're dealing with like a teenager, doesn't want to talk much maybe.
Do you ever have to turn down a wish?
I've never personally had to turn down a wish. If they can't wish for things like money or a house, they can't wish for ammunition. We have certain guidelines, but you know, I had a little girl that wished for a house, and we couldn't give her a new house, but we were going to do a whole room makeover. In the meantime, they ended up getting a house, and I was able to go into her new home and redo her bedroom for her. So,
Wow.
yeah, so no, I've really never had to turn away a wish. I guide them a little bit. You know, I guide them.
What's the most unique wish that you can tell us about?
I love the one that we did, and in fact, it involved a group that I'll talk about later, the Stockdale Moose Lodge, which has been one of our biggest supporters here in Kern County. They helped support a wish for a boy named Mauricio that was in a wheelchair, and he loved high-performance cars. Was fascinated. He could rattle off anything about Ferraris, Porsches, you name it. Really intelligent child, and he wanted to ride in a Ferrari. And so I was able to find an elite car club here in town, the Bulls and Stallions, and they stepped up to the plate and put this whole car show together for this kid. And we had to get a Hoyer lift to lift him up in the air and get him into this convertible Ferrari. And it was really a sight to see, and that he was so happy.
Wow, next thing he's going to want to do is drive it. How old was this boy?
He was 18 by the time we granted the wish. We had the wish for a couple years at that time.
Oh, I see. It took you a while to put it together, I'll bet.
Well, sometimes, you know, we've got a list that's always going.
Yeah,
And how long is the waiting list?
You know, I'd like to tell you, but it keeps every day. It keeps
Changes.
adding. So, I mean, there's probably always 40 kids or so on there, and it keeps moving along.
And how many do you expect to do this year in 2013?
Well, as I know, our executive director for the chapter, she'll want to go beyond 107 because the year before it was 100. So we'll probably do well over 110, 100.
And you've got a whole list of people waiting, I'm sure.
We do, but we move them along over the holidays. We were able to grant 6 wishes in 2 weeks, just in the Kern County area. So
Wow.
we move it along as fast as we can.
That
And
takes a
you've
lot
done-
of money.
It takes money, and we have to get things like passports and things like that, and get paperwork in order and all that too.
And you've done over 1,700 wishes as a chapter.
As a chapter, yes. And I'm telling you, our staff works tirelessly, driving all over Central California. You know, I drive to Boron and Rosemont and Tehachapi and Fraser Park and all over to meet these families.
That's incredible. We're going to hold you over another segment, okay?
Great.
That'd be
I have
great.
more to talk about.
Okay. We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio News Talk 1180.